And the second one, both of them alive. And I'm here all by myself today. Oh, no, I'm not. Yay.
Hi, Mark.
Hi, Taylor.
Hi.
That's quite a pile of books.
I went overboard.
Unsurprising.
Y'all, there's so many books.
We have a lot.
We're not actually, so here's the deal. We're not actually talking about every single one of these today. Mark, why don't you start and I'll...
Why don't I start? So today I wanted to talk about, as you probably know, if you've seen this before, I do talk about graphic novels a bit. Something that I haven't talked about so far is Sunday comic strips. You know, that's probably where most people grow up, you know, first seeing comics is on the Sunday strip. And we bought this a couple of years back, and I finally got a chance to read it. Alison Bechdel, The Essential Dykes to Watch Out For. Now, this was a strip that's run weekly for the past 20 plus years.
Gosh, has
off
it
and on.
really?
It's on for a long, long time. Alison Bechdel kind of shot to fame with her graphic autobiography, Fun Home. And then the second one was All About My Mother. And then we have the third, which is the Guide to Superwoman's Strength, which is another biography of hers, graphic biography.
Really great books.
All great books, yeah.
Really amazing.
This is a soap opera. That's 100% what this is. And what I really like about a book like this is that you get attached to some of the characters and you dislike others of the characters and you want to see what's going to happen. But it's really interesting to sit down and read through this today because it talks about the war in Iraq. It talks about gay rights. It talks about capitalism. The main character is, one of the main characters is, everybody in this book is very politically motivated. As you go through, it starts discussing trans rights and other issues that have come up over the past 20 years. And it's kind of fascinating.
It's a smart comic.
It's a smart comic, but it is a Sunday comic. So it's got throwaway one-off lines at the end as well. So Alison Bechdel, The Essential Dykes to Watch Out For.
All right. So if you were with us at the very beginning, when I was literally overtaken by books, I have a pile of books that I'm actually going to put up as a display here in the library right when we're done. I have books today that are excellent family read-alouds. So one of our most common requests from grown-ups is I want something that I can read with my preschooler or my grade schooler or in the car or whatever, but we're way past picture books. We're way past story books. We like chapters. What do we read? So
I don't want to read the same book 15 times.
Yes.
There we go.
Yes. Please save my mom's brain. I don't want to read the same thing all the time. So the first thing I'm going to recommend to you all is short story collections. Short story collections are great for family read-alouds, especially right before bed, because instead of doing a chapter at a time, then you need that kind of recap time before you start the next chapter the next night. A short story is they all connect in the book, but each chapter is a self-contained story. They're perfect for before bed or while you're in the waiting room at the doctor's office or wherever you are that you want to read aloud briefly. So this particular collection is called Once Upon an Eid. This is an incredibly wonderful, warm and fuzzy collection of stories chronicling different Eid experiences. Eid is a Muslim holiday. If you don't celebrate Eid, that's okay. This gave me the same warm fuzzies as, for me, Christmas time. They're wonderful, phenomenal stories. Great for just a kind of one a night or one an afternoon read. So Once Upon an Eid. Once Upon an Eid.
Oh, wonderful. Yeah. Wonderful. So a lot of these books you're going to notice as I hold them up this time are looking pretty beaten up. That's because we've had them for a long time and they're beloved. They go out and they go out and they go out. So other, collections that we have of Sundays, Peanuts, Charles Schulz. If you've ever gone out and, tried to kick a football, read Peanuts.
That's about what I look like when I try to do football.
There you go. yeah, if you want to be depressed about not getting any Valentines, read Peanuts. If you want to talk about losing 1,000 games of checkers in a row, which apparently did happen to Charles Schulz. That's the reason why Charlie Brown lost 1,000 games of checkers.
How is that possible?
I just think he's really bad at it. But the good thing about these collections as well is that they have also background stories and background information all about them. So
isn't that called annotated? Isn't that what those collections are called?
there are some annotated bonus material.
Cool.
I think annotated means that you have to have on every single panel kind of thing. This is more just bonus material.
Cool.
There we go. Peanuts.
All right. So there's often when you're looking for good family read-alouds, you're gonna find books with animals, with critters. So critters are really a really popular way, a really popular vehicle for content in children's literature across the age spectrum, but especially in this kind of sweet spot for family read-alouds. So I've got quite a few here. There's your touchy-feely ones like Teddy and Co. by Cynthia Voigt. There's your magical ones like Kenny and the Dragon by Tony D. Terlizzi. There's your sweet adventure ones like the Poppy series by Avi. And then there's your funny ones. These are my favorite to read aloud, Wedgie and Gizmo. This is the first in the series. The guinea pig is maniacal a la Pinky and the Brain and wants to take over the world. Wedgie is a euphoric and rambunctious corgi. They end up in the same household together, and each book is a ridiculous adventure. If you like to do voices, you can do some really good voices with this book. It's just really fun. They're giggle-inducing chapter books. So I'm a big fan of funny critter books. Wedgie and Gizmo are definitely one of them. And this is by Suzanne Selfors.
Excellent.
Yeah.
And in case he's watching, hi, Fig. He's my favorite corgi.
Oh.
He's probably not. Okay. So I'm just going to share a couple really quickly now, just to show what we've got. In terms of something similar in terms of being a time capsule of the political state of America, Doonesbury, we've got a lot by Gary Trudeau. It's been going for
ever
and ever now.
Official.
But we've got official. But so we've got stuff like Doonesbury. We've got the old stuff like Beetle Baily, which is somewhat dated to say the very least. But we still do have them because some people want to sit down and have a read and remember what it was that they read when they were a kid, and reminisce about their Wheatie Bix. And no, that's Australian. I just ran out of American cereal. And then, that's one of yours.
Hey.
And then something like Foxtrot, Stone Soup. All right.
Okay. So another thing that I really like to do when we recommend family read-alouds is help families talk about something. Like maybe you're wanting to talk about current events, or you're wanting to talk about something that a friend is going through and you're having trouble empathizing or relating. So I wanted to specifically draw attention to the work of Jewell Parker Rhodes. So Jewell Parker Rhodes is a fabulous female black woman author who writes really insightful, topical books for elementary and up to middle graders. So Ghost Boys is specifically about Emmett Till and then police violence against Black boys and Black men in America. What's incredible about the way she writes is this is accessible down to a third grade level, or with guidance from an adult, perhaps even lower. I think the sweet spot for this book is 4th to 5th grade, but if you're really trying to explore police brutality or violence against Black boys and Black men, this would be an incredible starting spot and a special, just a really great discussion starter for a family. Higher Power of Lucky. This is actually a Newbery winner from a number of years ago. This deals with loneliness, with family, with alcoholism, on this incredible journey of Lucky, this just as lucky on the cover here. And then something a little bit lighter, but still lots to talk about, is Stef Soto, Taco Queen. This has to do with food trucks and gentrification, and she wants to save her family's food truck and her family's business, but she's also really self-conscious about like smelling like a food truck whenever she goes to school. And so it's kind of like balancing your identity and standing up for yourself and your family. And anyway, really 3 really incredible books, all talking about different things that are great as family read-alouds.
Oh. I'm going to finish off with just a reminder for folks. You probably haven't forgotten these, but just in case, you can always come to the library. We have The Far Side, and this one is more annotated, going back in time.
Sweet.
We do have, the prehistory of The Far Side by Gary Larson. He does have an up-to-date and current website now. To paraphrase the letter that he wrote a few years back, I can't control the number of times people are putting my work on the internet without being attributed to me, so I'm going to try and do it now. Don't think it's working, but it's still pretty cool. So we've got the prehistory, and if you ever want another book that has a complete mix of absolute bonkers buffoonery jokes mixed in with incredibly intelligent jokes about science, this is the one. And then just it's a rainy day, and it is a rainy day today, and it even snowed in some places. If you just want to curl up
with graham crackers and peanut butter.
With graham crackers and peanut butter and your favorite stuffy. We have so much Calvin and Hobbes. Depending on the day,
yeah,
we have a lot.
When you can find it on the shelves.
When you can find it. But we have so much Calvin and Hobbes. So if you're just looking for something to come in and just have, and just curl up, eat a snack, stick a live cat or a stuffy in your armpit, and just enjoy. So there, that was my Sunday Fun Day comics.
All right.
Available in the library.
I've got one more. So this one, I can do a big recommendation as a family read aloud or as a family listen as the audiobooks, because the audiobooks are phenomenal. So this is the first book in the Incorrigible Children of Ashton Place. It is The Mysterious Howling. This is great for the whole family because it's about a trio of kids literally raised by wolves, adopted by your very stereotypical super rich estate in the English countryside, man with a very, how would you describe his wife? Young, high-pitched, screechy, doesn't like kids at all. They adopt the kids. They have to hire a governess. She comes in. There's mystery. It's like Jane Eyre, but heartwarming instead of deeply disturbing. There's amazing little goodies in here for adult readers. The author is very cheeky in the way she presents things. Kids will love this. Adults will love this. It's wonderful family read aloud or listen. So this is The Incorrigible Children of Ashton Place, The Mysterious Howling.
Rochester and Jane Eyre don't end up having children, do they, at the end of that? I'm fairly certain they don't.
I think that for anyone who hasn't read Jane Eyre but is interested, maybe we should leave that
We'll leave that.
Yeah.
We'll leave that to you.
Late spoiler warning. But yes, if you are a fan of your Jane Austens and things like that, and you have kids, this is what you want. So, all right.
I do feel obliged to point out that Jane Eyre was written about 150 years ago. So spoiler warnings, but I understand. It's a thing. I shouldn't have done it. I'm very sorry.
Mark is a terrible person.
Naughty librarian. Okay. Hey, thanks so much for coming, everybody. We hope you enjoyed it.
We'll be back next week with more recommendations.
Bye.
Bye.